Hello and welcome to Modifius Entertainment. I am Hudson Hubbard, and we are here tonight not playing Dune, but we are here playing Achtung Cthulhu, the 2D20 system, and I'm here with a wonderful cast tonight. Welcome, everyone.
Hey.
Thank you. How's everybody doing tonight? Excellent.
Doing good.
Doing good, yes. Yes, if you're here for the Dune stream, that's down the hall. This is Achtung Cthulhu. But yes, we are so glad everybody's here. Welcome everybody in the chat. It's going to be a great night. This is going to be a high-octane World War II thriller. We're so glad to have everybody. Real quick, before we go through just introductions on who everybody is, Modifius has a couple of just great products I just want to shout out real quick. First of all, we got Shadows of Atlantis. If you want to get a copy of that, go ahead and go on Modifius's website and just pre-order that. It will be coming out shortly. And if you like what you see here tonight, of course, you can go to Modifius's website again and get your hands on a copy of Operation Vanguard. Excellent. So let's just go ahead and start off. Who is everybody? Let's start off and go to my right. That would be you, Alicia.
Me, okay. I wasn't sure. I don't have the like to your right.
There
would
be
be
a character.
Okay.
No, you don't have to do a character description. Just tell us who you are.
Who I am?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Alicia Marie. You can find me on all socials at Alicia Marie Body. I'm a costume artist and designer, obviously an RPG performer, and just all around crazy creative person. I embrace it. I lean into it. I have a lot of cool things coming up, but they're NDA'd, of course. So if you just tune into my socials, I'll be able to share them soon, hopefully. Excited to be here. This team is crazy, but cool. So I'm ready to roll out.
Awesome. And below Alicia, who do we have? I believe that's you, Udime.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was like, I don't know.
No, you're good. You're good.
The Zoom is different from the layout. Hello, everyone. I'm Brianna, but many of you guys may know me as Utahime. I'm a cosplayer and streamer and TTRPG performer. You can follow me on social media at Utahime Cosplay and Brianna DeCoster on Twitter. And tonight I am playing Gemma Janus, and I'm super excited to be playing with this amazing group. And I'm so excited to have you lead us through this amazing adventure. Thank you.
Awesome. Next up, Jesse.
Hey, gang. I'm Jesse Nocalia. I'm an actor, voice artist, occasional TTRPG performer as well. Though I'm always available, so hit me up. My Instagram and Twitter are at JINOCALLA. And tonight I'll be playing Anthony Scoops Alvarez, because he always gets the scoop.
Awesome. Bree, you are next.
Hi, everyone. I'm the second Bree, actually, in the group tonight. But my name is Brianna Flame. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Brianna Flame. Tonight, I am playing Agent Daphne Rogers, and I'm going to sound like a broken record, but I am really excited for this game, so thank you so much for inviting me.
Awesome. And next up, Jason.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Jason Charles Miller, musician and voice actor and RPG player extraordinaire. Tonight I'm playing Rick Lohman, who is a private investigator from Germany, fled Germany, hates Nazis, and is ready to kick some ass. And you can find me, you just look up Jason Charles Miller, you can find me everywhere, anywhere and everywhere.
Awesome. And I'm Hudson Hubbard, and I will be the game master tonight. I am an actor, and I just have a wonderful privilege of being here with all of you, and thank you for letting me be your game master tonight. And so with that, are we ready to dive into Achtung Cthulhu, back into World War II? Are we ready?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Setting opens. Title screen. Achtung Cthulhu. Blackout. The audience will hear air raid sirens going on in the background. As the scene opens up, it's nighttime in London. It's August 14th, 1940. However, the night sky is being brightened with the flames that are engulfing all the streets and the buildings of London. London is on fire. Hitler has started to unleash his blitzkrieg attacks on Great Britain. So most all of the citizens of England are burying themselves underground to take shelter. As the camera pans down, beneath the streets, beneath the subway tunnels, about 3 to 4 story level down below the ground level of England, we find our players. It is a HQ building, Section M. There are no windows because this is underground. It is lit by the lamps and table desk lamps that are in these offices. All of you are currently sitting in lines of chairs facing a head desk. To your left, you'll see a door. To the right, you'll see a picture of the Queen. You hear footsteps coming down the hallway. The door opens, and you see the person in charge of your unit. This person is codename Hunter. Hunter comes in, looks at all of you, throws a good bit of papers down on his desk, and says, "Well, welcome back, agents. It's very good to see you back here in Section M. I've heard your journey here was quite prosperous. However, it is probably best that we cut to the chase. We have quite difficult matters to tend to. Not worry about what's going on above us. We are safe down here. These walls and these roofs are thick, so Jerry's bums should not be getting through. Your mission briefing. Before that, actually, I would like to tell you a story. This story comes from where you are going. A couple of weeks ago, we had an RAF pilot by the name of Michael Carter, who happened to get into a bit of predicament with one of those Luftwaffe boys. It seems as though they were in some sort of dogfight, and our Michael Carter had to ditch his Spitfire over the North Atlantic. He was out on the sea for a couple of days until he was lucky enough to be picked up by some Dutch resistance. These resistance fighters took him back inland. He ended up in a village called Nijmegen in Norway. While he was in Nijmegen, he found some interesting evidence. It seems as though he had stumbled upon an installation. What I'm about to tell you is of the highest confidentiality. Whatever is being said in this room must stay in this room. This installation is known as Installation 41 and is currently being occupied by the Germans, but more specifically, the Nachtwolf forces. You know them as the Night Wolf forces. You're also very aware that these forces deal in the occult and in the magic. Your mission is to infiltrate Installation 41. In 24 hours, you will board a submarine, which will take a couple of days to get to the North Atlantic portion, where you will make a beach landing near Nijmegen. You'll observe the installation and try to your best abilities not to alarm the garrison there in Nijmegen or on Installation 41. This mission should be an in and out mission. It should not be difficult. You should be using stealth primarily. Whatever you can find in this installation, we need you to bring back. But if somehow you do get captured or you are unable to flee, we need you. Well, you know what to do. Make sure Jerry does not get their hands back on these secrets. Do any of you have any questions?
Dr. Lydia Carrington raises 2 fingers tentatively. Hunter, has anyone tried to infiltrate Installation 41 before, or are we first?
You will be the first.
Good.
We
like being the first.
Yes, I know that, Lydia. You, Dr. Lydia, if I may add. You are the best of the best that we have. You're the only people that I trust and that the Queen trusts to carry out this mission.
This is true.
Well, we shall give you all a good show, right? As we normally do, of course.
Yes. And also, you will have more debriefing on your way there. For right now, I cannot give you all the intelligence due to unforeseen circumstances. We are having issues with our private intelligence. But on your way there, the HMS, let's see, as he looks down at papers to see what the submarine is called. Yes, it seems the HMS Buckler. You'll be with the Captain Bernard. I do not know this captain, but I've heard good things about him. He will give you the briefing, or the rest of it, on the way there.
Okay.
Now, you say it's an in and out mission, but couldn't we go in, kill all those occultists, and then go out?
Yes, Rick. That is quite right. And you could do that. You do have the option of going in guns blazing, as I know many of you like doing. And Dr. Lydia, very well with the explosives. However, there are precious items in this facility that we've heard about.
That's actually my question. What exactly are we supposed to bring back? You mentioned specific things that are of use for us. What are they exactly?
Again, I cannot give you details, but you will be briefed in the coming days on your journey there. What I can tell you, and again, this cannot leave this room, is that we know that the WWII are trying experiments. We do not know what these experiments are for, or what are they on, or what. But we know they are carrying them out in other installations across the world. We know there are a couple being built in France, but that will be dealt with another day. But right now, your matters lie to the east. Oh, and yes, Daphne, do you have any questions? And Bree, will you give us a description of a Daphne real quick?
Definitely. So Daphne is a young woman, probably around 22, 23 years old. She has blonde hair, kind of pulled back loosely, wearing very, I would almost say like a bit too formal of clothing, very kind of stiff, stuffy, like she's trying to make herself appear older than what she is. She's been very pointedly looking at scoops as he's writing, and also writing and like very pointedly striking down on the pad as he's taking notes. But no, I don't have any questions quite yet. These experiments, there's no information at all.
There is information. However, I do not have the authority right now to give it to you in this room. You will be briefed on the sub in the next couple of days, right before you arrive at your landing zone. And from there, you possibly will be briefed even more. As Hunter looks over to Rick. Rick, who are we seeing right here in this seat?
Rick, he's a long gray trench coat. Looks like your typical 1940s private investigator. If you thought that's what he was, you'd be right. He's got a fedora on. He's hardened from many years of being on the beat and on the trail of different things. But yeah, that's what you're seeing right now.
Awesome. Rick and Dr. Lydia,
Yes.
I understand that you would prefer to go in guns blazing. If that is what you two prefer, then by all means do it. But I have been given the strictest confidence and advice that we should probably keep this a very low-level stealth mission. And with
Dr.
that,
Lydia,
right.
maybe we could hold back on some of those explosives and...
I'll do it. I'll hold back. I mean, I don't like it, obviously, because I just don't feel like we're using the things I'm good at. However, I'll follow the brief and I'll follow the mission and I'll only use things that I need to use when I need to use them. I promise.
I remember how that went last time. Wasn't very effective.
Okay, might I just add that because of my findings, they were able to recoup enough funds to rebuild the entire West Library. I'm just going to throw that out there. They were able to rebuild the entire building, even though I was politely asked to leave.
You do make a good point.
All
Wasn't
those
the West
books that were
Building-
lost, though. Some of those books were irreplaceable.
Well, Daphne kept the ones that were most important.
Oh, that's right, Daphne.
The other ones
Yeah.
were, replaceable. Mostly.
yes, emphasis on the mostly. Dr. Lydia, yes.
Yes.
And with that, Dr. Lydia, who are we looking at? Give us a description of Lydia, if you would.
Dr. Lydia Carrington she's 28 years old. She is a scientist and a live ordnance munitions expert. She's tiny. She's like 5'1", has like wild curly short brown hair. She has goggles on her head, sort of like these things, sort of they almost look like a, what is it? Oh God, I can't, magnifying glass sort of glasses on her neck. She has light things on her wrists. She's often seen with not active, but live munitions, but not active at the time. She is a British boffin and engineer, as I said, meaning that I know how to make things work. And I like breaking things and making things better and fixing them after they're broken. But 3 things I don't like. I don't like overly tidy people. I don't like frogs. And I don't like foods that end with the letter R. Just throwing that out there.
Very good. Very good.
All right.
As you see Hunter kind of pacing around the room as all of you are conversing about the explosion in the library, he does look over at Gemma. Gemma, I know what happened last time in the last mission. I assure you that will never happen again.
I apologize. The lieutenants shouldn't have challenged me and asked to see things that they weren't ready to see when they saw them.
Yes.
But I do feel sorry for them. The state that they were in, it's quite awful.
Yes, it was. And with that, Gemma, who are we seeing?
You would see Gemma. She's about 5'8". She's slim, but has a very muscular physique because she is a performer who has been known at the circus, Cirque Roussoff. So it reflects her physique, reflects her experience as a circus performer. She has a light tan skin. She has really bright blue eyes. She has dark red hair, kind of done up in 1940s, like victory curls with a headband, and the rest of her hair kind of falls back into her dark tan, it's almost like a hooded poncho that she had gotten from her time in America. And she has a khaki tank and similarly colored military cargo pants with brown boots. She's wearing a utility belt. She has a fairly large brown bag that's kind of laying on the table. And there's a old worn dark brown book that seems to be poking out. And she also, too, at her hip has a long leather whip.
Awesome.
And she does look over to where Anthony Scoops Alvarez is sitting. She kind of leans over. I hope you're not a hard-boiled gumshoe like this one over here.
Oh, don't mind me, ma'am. I'm just here reporting for Stars and Stripes.
Oh, and yes, I am so sorry about that, Anthony. Team, I would like to turn your attention to the newest member. It seems as though the Americans, bloody Yanks, do not like to get involved in wars these days, and it seems as though they will not be getting involved in the war for quite some time. But they are happy to send over their journalist. Scoops, who are we looking at?
So, you see he's a Hispanic gentleman, clean shaven, looks like Jimmy Olsen, basically. Suspenders, little tie.
Yeah.
Trench coat, fedora with the press pass on it. Oh, other side, there it is. And he has been furiously taking notes as everyone's been talking to create profiles for all of you for Stars and Stripes newspaper, reporting back on the war.
Stars and Stripes, you say? Oh, well, I'm sure you've heard of me. Gemma, the dazzling Gemma Circosov.
That's
yes?
right, Cirque Rossov. I remember
Yes.
y'all came through Dubuque that one time. We went to it. It was lovely.
Yes, and it was such a wonderful crowd. Everyone, the energy was just infectious. Unlike Hunter here, I actually really love America, and especially the cinema. Humphrey Bogart, oh, he's dreamy.
Bogey, he's a handsome gentleman.
Well, now
Sorry. Back to business, of course.
Yes, thank you, Gemma. Yes, if there are no further questions, then...
Question.
Yes.
Anthony Alvarez, Dubuque Tribune Herald. So, I'm reporting on this mission for Stars and Stripes, as I've said before. And you've indicated it is highly classified. Is there any code you'd like me to use, or any sort of fancy military talk I should be speaking in?
Yes. All you need to know, and all you need to relay back to your American press, is that you witnessed Operation Vanguard.
Operation Vanguard. That's 1G. All right.
Indeed.
I like the way that sounds, actually.
And also,
Sounds
It
Gemma
makes us sound important, doesn't
make
it?
sure Gemma, the dazzling Gem of Circosov.
Gemma.
Yes.
Rossov.
Just put doctor for me.
S. Mm-hmm.
Team, if there are no further questions, I do suggest arming yourselves in the barracks. In 24 hours, you will board the HMS Buckner and head off to the North Atlantic.
already
So-
armed.
Yes, I see that.
And he
Rick.
just keeps pulling out more guns,
Where
knives.
are they?
We
Were
wouldn't
they
expect anything
prepared?
less, Rick, of course. But
Sledgehammer out the
some
back.
things need a little finesse. I'm telling you, if I taught you how to use a whip correctly, I'm telling you, it's better than all of those guns and other things you have. And yes,
Whip skill.
Agree to disagree.
give it time. I think I'm gonna rub off on you yet.
Excellent.
So-
if,
Hunter, we'll be able to go to the barracks and sort of load ourselves up with the things that we want, correct? Before we
Yes.
head out.
yes, that is correct.
Okay, I wanted to mention that I did park both my cars in the hangar. And I
Ooh,
wanted to
cars.
see if they're still there. I left them there.
Yes, Dr. Lydia, I don't know how many more times we can express this, but we do prefer you to park in the parking lot. I know most of London is on fire and you are worried, but the hangars are needed for other items, including weaponry and primarily our planes that are defending our skies right now. But I believe we can have the valet move them.
Wait, but didn't she have a
Yes.
box of grenades in her vehicle? From
Not in my vehicle, but I do have them available somewhere in the barracks. I have a few paired. I'm just worried because, one of my cars happens to be a 1936 Jaguar and the other is a 1940 Candy Apple Red Duesenberg Model SJ. They both go over 100 miles an hour. Just wanted to make sure we were aware of that. And I'll park them in the parking lot next time, Hunt, I promise.
Well aware.
But yes, if there is nothing else, you can go to the barracks if you wish to arm yourselves. And we've all talked already beforehand. They've already kind of already armed themselves. However, you can go to the barracks. You might find some more things if you wish. There is a barracks liaison down there that you can speak to that you know of by the name of, let's see, Captain Appleby.
Sounds like a restaurant idea I had.
I was gonna say, I think we got one of those back in Dubuque.
But yes, if you wish to converse with Captain Appleby about any items that you wish to take, I do suggest you move now, because you will need the rest of the night and the day to try to get as much rest as possible.
I believe there's only one more, thing that I was wondering. You mentioned the occult.
Yes.
Are these experiments also connected to the things that they're doing as far as magic and such? Do we know?
It's rumored, but yes.
That is correct, Rick. I do not know for a fact. And that is why we've called you here, is to observe Installation 41 and bring whatever you can find of importance back to us.
A cult? You mean like, what David Copperfield does in Times Square?
Oh, it's quite darker than that, sir.
Scoops,
It would blow your mind.
I will have to say, Scoops, you are in for quite the treat with this team.
Hey, I've been to a Copperfield show and I enjoyed it a great deal, so I'm certain I'll enjoy this.
Indeed. And with that, I must leave you. I do have a wife and children I need to attend to. You must excuse me. As you see Hunter kind of turn abruptly and begin to head for the door as he swings the door open, heads down the hall.
What do you guys think about all of this? Anyone have any preliminary thoughts? Perhaps?
I mean,
A follow-up question to your cars.
About my cars?
Yeah, so I know you guys drive on the wrong side of the road here, but do you also park on the wrong side of the road?
That's right.
The name is
All right.
Scoops, right?
That's right, because I always get the scoop.
Well, it's only the wrong side because you think it's wrong, but it's actually correct. Just not correct in
Interesting.
America.
Interesting.
I almost got
What?
ran over that way.
Oh,
It wasn't
dramatic.
me.
Time.
Did I try to run you over?
No, it was that time. This was a long time ago. My time in America when we were touring with Cirque Rossoff, and unfortunately, I learned almost the hard way. I almost got ran over by a vehicle on the wrong side of the road.
What a hook.
What I want to
I'm
know
here.
is, how did Dr. Lydia drive 2 cars here?
Oh, that's a good question.
Did you
That's
straddle
it.
them?
It wasn't actually, to answer your question, I used some of Daphne's dark magic.
Oh,
Dark magic,
then
so
we
you're
can
one of
fight
them,
dark magic with
magician
other dark
types.
magic.
Magician's probably a very strong word for it, but I've been known to dabble. Yes, I absolutely helped park the cars. And Daphne looks incredibly nervous as she's being questioned about this.
Well, I'm just glad you're on our side.
I actually have something to ask Gemma. You do have a very extensive performance and circus background, correct?
Do I ever? Of course. Again, the dazzling Gemma Janus of Cirque Rosoff. I'm pretty sure everyone knows. I'm kind of known around Europe and America now, obviously, because Mr. Alvarez already is aware of my family's reputation. Which
Oh, you were the talk of Iowa.
that makes me
What
so
is
happy to hear.
I?
Anyway, yes, of course, but I mean, you've seen the things I've been able to do.
Yes, I
A
have.
little bit of aerial work here and there. Sneaking into places, it comes in handy.
Trapeze
Of
stuff,
course,
yes.
Yes.
All right, so it's safe to assume that you're good at falling on the ground. You bounce, basically.
I don't believe any performer would like to fall from that great a distance, that high up, because that usually means death.
Usually.
A very violent and horrible death, and I should know because, we circus folk, we've seen some things.
Have you ever been shot out of a live cannon?
No. No, I left that to Christoph. He was the best. The human cannonball.
Right.
He was amazing. But
Right.
I just, I have to make sure I protect my assets, especially my face, if I want to make my Hollywood debut one day.
Hollywood? You thinking
Yes.
of going to Hollywood?
Well, I mean, after we take care of said missions and making sure that things are safe, yes, then I hope to go. Yes.
And with that, you hear explosions abruptly erupting up top, about 3 stories above you. You hear flames engulfing. You hear the air raid sirens still going. Now, at this time, do all of you go to the barracks, or are you going to retire back to your bunks to get some good night rest?
I don't think we need any rest. I think we're fine.
Now, Mr.
think-
Alvarez, is this your
Yes.
first time going, I guess, deep undercover, so to speak?
Well, I've been to the front lines once or twice just reporting, but this is my first time on a what did that guy call it? A mission? That sounds fun.
Yes, but I mean, a mission like this, let's just say if you make the wrong move, yeah, you could be knocked off pretty quickly.
That's okay. I grew up on the streets. This isn't my first rodeo running and hiding from people.
Get
Rodeo.
close to Rick. He's quite good with weaponry.
I saw.
Yeah, if you need an extra piece, just let me know.
Oh,
I can sleep through anything, so if there's bombs going off all night above us, I'll get some shut-eye so that I'm fresh. For tomorrow, Doctor, you should do the same.
How am I supposed to sleep like this? Hearing bombs going off outside and stuff like that. I can't sleep. I'm full of energy. What should I
daily
do?
occurrence.
By now.
Someone's going to help me fall asleep, maybe?
Oh, Daphne. Oh, that one time I had an excruciating headache. You used some of your abilities to assist.
Oh, were you gonna use like a coin to hypnotize her?
Ooh, wait a minute. Don't try any fancy stuff, Daphne. I like you. I do. But I don't want you using any of your fancy stuff. I don't want to wake up in a pond somewhere in my skivvies.
I can promise you, I will not have you waking up in a pond anywhere in skivvies.
Okay.
It's a little risque
Maybe
for our
just
readers.
some sleep. If that's okay.
All right, then. I will go to bed instead of going directly to barracks where I want to go. Rick, fine.
Excellent. And so, Daphne, are you giving, are you treating this person with medication, or is it a spell of some sort?
Well, Daphne is really only a dabbler. She's not the most proficient.
Mhm.
What?
For instance, but she'll try. try. Let me see here.
He gave herbal tea. That was pretty
Herbal
much what
tea.
referring to. It's like she's like, she has and it's like it literally you made it seem like it was magic, but it was just literally herbal tea.
It's like
Excellent.
placebo
Well-
effect.
Well, we're gonna do the very first roll of the night, Daphne. It will be you. So I will need 2 d20s from you, and you'll be giving me an academia plus your coordination. So you'll take those, and all you're looking for is 1 success.
Nice.
So with a skill test, for the audience, for a skill test, you usually use 2 d20s. You could, in later instances, buy an extra d20 if you would like to help your roll. But you're trying to add your attribute plus a skill. You're trying to get equal to or lower than that. And I will, as the GM, set the difficulty setting, which it's a D1. So I'm looking for 1 success. And what did you get, Daphne?
Well, I rolled a 1 on one of my
Okay.
dice. That's a critical success, correct?
Yeah, yes, that is a critical success, and you'll gain 1 point of momentum in your momentum pool.
Ooh, fantastic.
Does this momentum apply to the entire group or just to Daphne Rogers?
To everybody in the group.
Okay. Good job, Daphne.
For flavor, Daphne is definitely, as Gemma suggested, playing into the power of positive thinking with helping Dr. Lydia. I'm sure she's incredibly intelligent and likely potentially catching on at some point, but hopefully
Abilities can
her
have
mind.
several meanings. Abilities.
Herbal.
Now, again, Mr. Alvarez, I feel like it's my duty, since you are newer to our team, to ensure that you have that brawn, that bravery that's necessary to survive what awaits us out there. Would
Should we
you
beat
mind
him up?
standing here? No. You remember very well how I usually like to test our newcomers. Why don't you stand right here? And she's gonna kind of gesture over to the wall. Can you stand there for me?
Yes, I was just paying attention to this magic potion Daphne brewed up here. I was reporting on it for the Stars and Stripes.
I just need to make sure that you're truly ready, and you have what
okay.
it takes.
Okay,
So
that
just
sounds
stay
fun.
there. I want to check your focus and make sure that you're not gonna try to, cut out on us if things get a little sticky. So to speak.
Hey. The fine people at Stars and Stripes would be very upset if I was to run away from the front lines.
I like that attitude.
That's not my style.
Now I need you to stand still, and then she's gonna take from her bag. There's an apple. She's gonna place it on top of his hat, and then she's going to say, "Stay just right there." Now I'm gonna go to the other end of the room. I'm going to use my whip to target that apple there on your head.
I'm never going on this mission.
And I'm hoping that you don't blink. That this is a good test. Trust me on this.
Okay.
It's to prepare you. Because you never know in a blink of an eye what could happen. And so she goes to the other end. She's going to get her whip ready.
Can I pop popcorn and hand some to Daphne?
And
And she is going to take a cloth that was on her person. She's going to turn around and blindfold herself, tie it tightly, turn back, kind of pivot on her foot to face Alvarez to try to strike that apple right off his head.
He is
Excellent.
documenting every second of this.
Oh boy.
Gemma, you'll be rolling a fighting plus coordination skill test for the whip. And I'm
The new
looking for
name of your paper. Oh, sorry.
looking-
Go ahead.
I'm looking for a D1 to make sure that you hit that apple.
A D1, eh?
All right, a difficulty of 1. So anything below the equal of your ability and your skill.
On a D1, I always roll a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a 3 and a 1.
That's perfect. So you gain 1 momentum, and you have 1 extra success above the difficulty rating. So that gains see, that is another. So you get 2 points of momentum, and you're able to strike that apple as your whip cracks in the air, striking the apple off of Scoop's head.
Hachi machi! What a skill!
He said,
Yes, hold on to your claws. It's just in a day's work. But I'm glad that you did not tuck tail and run. This is a good sign.
A good reporter never runs in the face of danger.
I thought you were going to have to rename your paper Scars and Stripes. I made it funny. I made it funny.
Look at that.
Daphne, I made it funny.
Doc, you know that I never miss my target. Don't scare him. All right, shall we retire?
British have a sense of humor.
Yes.
I'm actually tired. I'm feeling
Why
really
so
weird.
down, Rick? It's always the long face
I'm
with
ready
you.
to go. I want to go now.
know. Don't worry, you'll have your fun soon enough.
I feel like a
You want to
child.
go to the
on
barracks, big guy?
Christmas
You want to
Eve.
go get some more weapons?
No, it's fine. I have enough to lull me to sleep. I'll just take them apart, put them back together, take them apart, and put them back together again.
I'll do after a nap.
Daphne, if you want to go to the library.
Oh, yes, I'm not quite tired yet. I think I would like that.
I would like that too. We have much to discuss.
Excellent. And as the team begins to retire to their bunks underneath the London Cross in England, or in the city of London, as the air raids are still going on throughout the night, the next morning as they wake, they will notice as they come back from underground up to the surface level of London, they will notice many burned buildings, many citizens out trying to help put out the fires. Throughout your day, you're trying to rest up for this journey that you're about to embark on. And with that, I'm going to reward everybody on the team. So it is 5 of you. You're all going to get 5 points of momentum. So your momentum pool is at 8 now. So you all have 8 momentum, not each, just in the momentum pool, there's 8 points
4.
that you can use.
Awesome. Yay,
Excellent.
we're going to need it.
And later on in the evening, it is time for you to board the HMS Buckner. As you arrive in the Jeep, the staff cars that you were provided by HQ Section M, you see a English submarine. You see a bunch of the crew on the deck scrubbing, making sure it's tidy and clean. You look up and you see a very tall man in a very big, dark overcoat. He has a captain's hat on. This is the captain of the sub. He is talking to another CO, conversing with this officer. This is Captain Bernard, and he sees you all approaching in the staff cars. He sees you all get out. He approaches. Oi. So you must be the lot from Section M. Well, I'm Captain Bernard. Welcome to the HMS Buckner. I can show you to your cabins if you want, and some of my men can help get some of your clothing and belongings off the boat, or off your staff cars and into the boat.
Thank you, sir.
Much
It's a pleasure to meet
appreciated.
you.
A pleasure to meet you. What's your name? Looking at you, Gemma.
Oh, it's Gemma Janus. I'm sure you've heard of me.
Right. No.
Sir
Excellent.
Korsoff? The dazzling gem of... never mind, not everyone is,
He will
Not
hear of
everyone
you,
is
Doc.
as-
He will hear of you. Your name will be in lights and stars, especially after this particular mission. Trust me.
this
Don't
is
worry,
why I
Gemma.
must move to America, because obviously I wouldn't have this problem. Rick, thank you.
He spends all his days and nights on a boat. Doesn't have time to go to the circus. It's okay.
Well, you must when you get a chance.
Right.
It's all dark and gloomy down there.
If it helps, you were the talk of Cedar Rapids for a couple weeks.
That just made my entire day. Thank you.
Right.
People can do what they want, but I may have to talk you into staying and not leaving at the end of this, because honestly, I might miss your positivity, Gemma. But we can talk about that after the mission.
Yes. We'll discuss later.
All right.
Anyway, where should I put my bags?
Yeah. So some of my guys will take care of it. You just follow me. I'll show you to your cabins.
Thank you, sir.
Hospitality. You Brits know what you're doing.
Well, wait till you see it. And the captain takes you on board the HMS Buckner, leads you down a small shaft. You're using a ladder to gain access to the hull of the submarine. As you get in, there is no light, but the light of these small lamps that are posted up on the wall. There's a red light and kind of a yellow light. So you're getting these kind of red and yellow glooming off your face as the captain begins to lead you down these very tight corridors. Dr. Lydia, you do happen to look over and see this small kind of room, an area. You look in and there is this a glass hole that you can see through. If you want to give me a observation and insight test,
Okay.
please.
Observation and insight, and I'm rolling 2d20s, or
That is correct. Yep.
a 2 and a 6.
Excellent. And what is your observation and insight? Add those together.
1 second. My observation, is 10 and 7.
Excellent. So you perfect. Yeah. So you made 2 successes. So if somebody will add 1 point of momentum to your momentum pool. As you look into this small port in this door, you do notice that this is the bathroom, the lavatory, if you would, that everyone shares on the sub, and you do smell a very intense odor that you can tell this has not been scrubbed down in a good while. You all notice that this sub is tidy in some ways, and in some areas not tidy. You can tell that these men have been on this boat for quite some time, for a few weeks and possibly up to a month out at sea. And they've come home, but recently have been told that they must go back out to sea. So many of them have not had time to take showers. So you will be smelling very heavy odors. As the captain takes you down these narrow corridors to your bunks, you will notice that you each have a bunk bed to yourselves, but these are very small bunks. So anybody who is 6 foot and above, your legs will be hanging off.
Ritzy accommodations,
5'1".
I see. Very, very ritzy here. Yeah.
Rick?
Well, fine.
Hey,
I'll deal with
Cap.
it.
We taking off right away?
We should be leaving in about an hour.
All right. Hey, gang. Want to pop up on deck with me for a sec?
Certainly.
Sure.
Does that mean that we get a feature?
Well, I just thought it'd be nice to, and from his trench coat, he produces a film camera. Not a camera that takes pictures, of course. And I just thought it'd be a nice way to commemorate our very first mission together by getting a big old group photo of us. With the sea in the background. Real scenic like.
I
Oh,
do love my pictures. Yes, I
I'm
think
used
that's
to
a
my
great
pictures.
idea. Rick, you must smile for this one. And Daphne, don't look so nervous. It's okay. I mean, it does smell pretty awful. I know.
Okay, I'm not alone here. It smells terrible, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't smell any different than the mean
Just
streets.
pretend flowers. You smell flowers for the photograph. Afterwards, you can puke on the side of the boat if necessary.
That's why I thought it'd be nice to go on deck, because it doesn't stink like piss and shit.
Right, I'm still standing here. This is my boat. Excuse me, I'm sorry that it's not smelling like beautiful flowers for some of you. But we've been out at sea for about a month.
Hey!
Sorry.
It's no different than it was back in the locker room. It's all
Right.
good, Cap.
No, it's different. There's something more foul.
Good. That's a good word.
Let's go on the deck. Let's
You have
take the
40
picture.
minutes to laze around if you would, but after that 40 minutes is up, I would suggest getting back inside because it will take about 20 minutes for us to submerge.
Okay.
All right.
So we have 20 minutes to take Anthony's front page picture for his paper and to inspect the rest of the boat. Is that what you're saying?
Well, you'll have 40 minutes to kind of just laze
Okay.
around, get situated, go
Alright.
up deck. But then it'll take 20 minutes for the captain and the crew to get everything stowed away, and then the hatch closed and begin sailing off, and then going underwater. So yeah.
I'm nervous. I've never been underwater before.
Perfect.
Yeah, Gemma linked arms with Daphne to kind of like help because she can tell that she's like bothered.
A little bit. She definitely seems to lighten up a bit with that gesture. Mr. Alvarez, or
Yes.
do you prefer Mr. Scoops, or just
Hey,
Scoop?
you can call me Scoops because I always get the scoop.
Always get the scoop. I like that. That's very clever.
On this ship, it's more like the pooper scoop. But
I like this one.
Um,
Got a sense of humor like my buddies back home.
was
Sorry,
there-
Daphne, go for it.
Oh no, it's fine. I understand. Is there like a particular like angle you're taking for this article? Are you going to be featuring Miss Gemma?
Oh, I'm going to be featuring all of you.
All of us?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I wanted to picture all of you against this gorgeous ocean backdrop.
Perfect. Well, no pressure then. She kind of whispers to Gemma. No pressure, right?
This is good for you.
Hmm.
You're quite a doll when you're all, gussied up. So, it's time to show that off a little bit.
Thank you, Gemma. But anyways, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to stop our conversation. And she'll like indicate to keep walking.
All right, if you could all just get onto the one side of the boat there and look this way and show me those choppers. Give me some big old smiles. And 1, 2, and click. I mean, I can't see what it's going to look like when it's done. It's going to look great.
I did smile. This is the best I can get, Gemma.
Just a little bit more, and then Gemma's gonna like try to turn up the sides of his mouth a little bit more, like there.
But do we want another one? I got plenty of film.
Yeah. Okay. So then, just kind of loosen your jaw a little bit. And then, just nice and easy. Just relax those face muscles. That's it.
There we
That's it.
go.
There we go. That's a little bit better. That's probably the best we're gonna get.
Look at
Yeah.
you. You're a regular
We'll make
Rock
it.
Hudson. Was he alive in the 40s?
I think so. I'm
Good.
sure.
He is now.
And with that, with the picture and the flash going, we do have this wonderful photo of the agents of Section M as they begin their mission on Operation Vanguard. Blackout. Now, the scene opens back up with the team just kind of lazing around the sub. The sub is underneath the ocean at this point, and it has been at least 2 days that you know of in the North Atlantic. And I do have to make one altercation. Or not altercation, but just one pointer. I did mention that you were going to Norway earlier. It's actually north, the northern Netherlands, not Norway. So two different places. So the Netherlands, yes.
Understood.
The Dutch resistance were in the Netherlands.
That makes more sense.
Yes.
Okay.
I knew earlier. I was like, I said something wrong there. What was it? And with that, as you are all lazing around, Captain Bernard decides to come up to all of you. Right. So I was supposed to give you these papers. And he takes out a file out of his very large, dark overcoat, and he hands it to Rick. You seem like a well-versed chap. Why don't you read this out to your team, if you would? And if you look in the chat, Rick, we do have the sealed letters, if you would like to read it.
Ooh.
Yes. Operation Vanguard. You will shortly be deployed by full boat to rendezvous with a resistance contact codenamed Nightfire. Aim for the beach, approximately 2 miles to the northeast of the town above the river Arn. At 0300, Nightfire will signal the rendezvous point with 3 short flashes from a night lantern. You will be challenged with the code phrase, "There were angels dining at the Ritz," which you will answer with signal, "And a nightingale sang on Berkeley Square." Nightfire will take things from there. You're free to use your discretion on how to achieve your objective, but if I were you, I would remain undetected for as long as you can. Do nothing to attract attention until you are ready to launch your strike. Good luck and good hunting, Hunter. I don't know why he didn't tell us this before we left, but fine.
That does seem like a thing he could have done.
Not very good at hiding.
Well, maybe he wanted to be more dramatic.
Yeah. I gotta say, you do a killer Hunter impression.
Thank you very much.
You guys have all sorts of skills I'm learning about.
Just wait until you see us in action. Then you're really
So, 0300, that's 3 o'clock in the morning. What time is it now?
It looks like it's right about 1. You have an hour or so to get ready or get some sleep. We should be, let's see, submerging in about 45 minutes or so to make our observations, just to see what's around, if we are safe to go ahead and give the go.
All right.
So, I will leave you to it. Do whatever you do best, and I'll be down in the main part of the sub. Let me know if you need anything. Right. As you see Captain Bernard turn and leave and head down to the main part of the sub. Is there anything you wish to do before the sub submerges out of the water?
Emerges or submerges?
Emerges, sorry.
Oh.
Let's make sure everyone is suitably armed for this mission. Mm-hmm. Everyone have all they need. Weaponry.
Oh, I got
I
this.
use my whip and my throwing knives here. And then you see where she slips her throwing knives in like her holster on the side of her leg.
You might want to take a pistol just to be on the safe side. You too, Scoops.
Oh,
I don't think you
worry.
wear one of those press vests that they're going to care about that on this mission.
I carry a piece on me at all times, just in case.
Good.
Good.
Actually, I wonder if we need some binoculars if we're going to try to see that signal from a distance.
Oh, do you need binoculars? I have an extra pair.
Oh, Perfect. As long as one person in our group is equipped with them, I think we'll be okay.
Don't you worry, gang. I got my lucky rabbit's foot. Nothing's gonna happen to us.
Perfect.
Great.
May I ask what makes it lucky?
Oh, well, it's gotten me out of a couple scrapes before.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know.
A
if
rabbit's
I, take
particularly
kindly to
lucky.
that.
Not the
Yeah,
one
that's what they
missing a
say.
foot.
Yeah,
I
not
don't
that
know.
guy.
Wait, so it's a real, an actual rabbit's foot? Like,
And from
Animal
like his
cruelty.
jacket pocket, there's like a little taxidermized rabbit foot on a keychain. Clearly something he picked up at like a truck stop somewhere.
I don't know. The poor little bunny that was injured for this. I'm not sure I approve, but
I mean, if it helps, it's probably not alive no more.
Probably.
I don't know if that's making me more comfortable. But neither here nor there.
It's just a custom in the U.S. of A.
Okay, so that's common, even amongst the Hollywood starlets. to
Oh
have rabbit
yeah.
feet?
Oh, I imagine a bunch of them got rabbit's feet to be where they are. Guess I'm from
Okay.
Boston now. That's okay. I can work with that.
Excellent. And with that, about 45 minutes later, you all feel this kind of pull and rush as the submarine begins to emerge out of the water. You hear it splash and collapse on the waves above the ocean. You hear the crew members begin to run and rush all around. You hear the hatch open, and with the hatch opening, you feel this breeze and you smell the ocean air. And with that, after collecting all of your equipment and getting into your uniforms, which you have been given, so a part of your equipment, you will be in these kind of diver suits, these night diver suits, and underneath you will have civilian clothes, if you would, that will match some of the civilians in Nomegan. So you can blend in with the crowd. As you exit the hatch and come on top of the submarine, you do see Captain Bernard standing with his binoculars as he looks out. And you hear him go, "Shh. We're not alone in these waters. There's something out there. I don't like it."
What are you sensing?
It's too quiet. There's something lurking in these waters. There has to be some sort of... Yeah. There's another sub out here. I know it.
Daphne, if you don't mind, the binoculars.
Of course. Here you go.
Gemma's going to take the binoculars and try to see if she can see, even though it's probably really hard in the sliding.
Sure, yeah. If you'll give me a observation, plus, let's see, observation plus coordination, and this will be a D2.
Okay.
So I'm looking for 2 successes.
Oh, okay. Well, the one was a 19, but the other was a nat 1. So I'm hoping that because that's basically counts as 2 successes, correct? When you have a 1.
Well, you would get 1 and then 1 momentum. So it would still count as 1, but you would gain a point of momentum. So no, you won't be able to see anything. As you look through these binoculars, trying to see if you see any sort of fragments of a U-boat or a German sub out there, you're unable to see anything. You don't see anything moving in the waters, but you do possibly trust Captain Bernard's instincts. Right,
Unfortunately,
listen.
I couldn't make out anything, but I trust your judgment, Captain.
I appreciate that. I can't take you any further. So you're going to have to get out right here. We'll take the small dinghy boats, put you out, and you'll have to make the beach landing from here.
How far out are we, Cap?
About a couple of miles. I can't tell. It is nighttime, and it seems as though the clouds are covering up the moon, but that should be good for all of you. Should give you the cover of stealth.
Can I see if I can get an eye on where the coastline is?
Sure. Yeah. If you'll give me a observation plus coordination, please, and it's going to be a D1. So I need a success of 1, please.
Okay, and roll 2d20, right?
That is correct. Yep.
All right. That is one of those is most certainly not a success, but the other one is a success. 11 versus 13.
Excellent. So, 11. All right, excellent. So you got 1 success.
Yep.
Awesome. Yes, and so you're able to see the coastline. You're at least 3 miles off from the coast, or not 3 miles. About let's see, what would be a good mileage? About 30 miles from the coast. You're able to see it. There's a little bit of this kind of fog off in the distance as you begin to gather your equipment, as you get into these rafts and begin to paddle your way quietly to the shoreline.
We're paddling quietly. That's what you said. Okay, wait. Does anybody here like what? Has anybody have any experience paddling in water? I don't. So if I'm paddling, it's not going to be quietly.
It better be.
All right.
Best of your ability, Doctor.
Like,
Hey, Daph, you mind if I borrow those binoculars you got?
Yeah, of course. Here you go. Scoops.
Thank you. And he takes them from her. I'm gonna try and scan the waters to see if I can catch any eye of that sub the captain was talking about.
Excellent. If you will give me a observation plus coordination is good. I'm looking for 2 successes.
You got it. Let's try and roll a. Oh, that's good. That is. Is it meet or beat?
So it needs to be equal to your ability and skill, or below it.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. So that is 3 and a 13. So
3 and a
that's
13.
successes.
Excellent. Scoops, this is your first time in a active war zone, correct?
Like on the water, absolutely. But I've
Okay.
been like in camps close to the front lines before.
Okay. As you are looking through these binoculars, you do see a couple of yards, not a couple of yards, about a mile. Yeah.
Oh no!
Right on top of you. No. A couple of, let's see, probably about a mile away from you. You do see this trail in the water, and you see it lurking slowly, and you do see that is a periscope up, looking around.
Hey, gang. They got eyes above the water.
okay.
Do we see it?
What?
They got a periscope. They're looking for us. Or someone, at least.
Let's get to shore.
We should probably, especially you're a little bit taller than the rest of us. Just a little bit lower. Trying to motion everyone to get a little bit like lower to the boats, so to not be seen as much as possible.
You guys got any of them fancy David Copperfield tricks, maybe?
I have none that don't involve sound. So look toward the others, I suppose.
Let's just say my abilities, they're more useful during conflict.
Okay. I guess we'll just have to be real quiet, like.
Okay. Wait. Okay. So you saw a periscope come on the ground. They did not notice us though, at all, right?
I don't think so.
Let's hope.
But they are
They
lurking
didn't.
around, and we should be real careful, like.
And that just reminded me, I, as the GM, are going to see if I can see you, or if the
I was gonna
German
say, I
U-boat
was
can
like-
see you.
I knew a roll was coming. I was like, wait a second.
Yes. So I'm going to need an observation plus coordination. Mine will also be a D2, because there is fog in the air and it is a no moon period, if you would. Two failures. So good job.
Thank you.
For you guys.
We try.
And as you look through the binoculars again, Scoops, you do see the U-boat begin to lower the periscope as you believe that the U-boat is submerging underneath the ocean floor even more.
All right, gang. It looks like they went down Periscope. Hope nobody takes that title for a movie later.
And maybe we should spend some just before I was going to say we can spend something to get more information on something, but we can wait till we get to dry land. It makes sense. We can wait. Scratch that. Pretend I said nothing. I'm still quiet.
Excellent. Well, we're going to jump into the beach landing. Now, this is going to be a extended test, if you would. Now, an extended test is going to require a couple of different skills tests from everybody to make sure that you are successfully able to get through the waves, are able to bring your rafts up onto the beach and secure them. So, the first skill test that I'm going to need from everybody to land the boats is going to be, or actually to just, let's see. All right, so to paddle the boats, I'm going to need a reason plus survival test.
Ooh.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
1 or 2?
Yeah, it's going to be a 1, so I just need 1 success.
Oh, but is it 2d20, right?
Yep, 2d20.
Sounds good.
And sorry, this is my first roll of the game. So
Yes.
I'm taking my reason score and then adding that to it,
That is correct.
Yep.
right? And then the only thing I don't see on my sheet is my survival score.
Okay, let me
I need your
check for
skills.
you real quick. Let's see. It's going to be your attribute for and plus your skill, but let me look at yours real quick.
How the heck do I have 0 survival? What the heck is going on here?
Where did it go? There it is. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see. Yeah, that is strange. It doesn't have it up there. Survival and reason. Yeah, so it looks like you don't really have any points, Rick, in survival. You just have reason. So you're gonna roll those 2d20s, and hopefully you get an 8.
And okay,
An 8 or below.
I got a 4 and an 11.
That's
So-
great. So that's 1 success. Yep. And everybody else got at least 1 success.
Yes.
Let me check now.
2, Daphne.
Question.
Yeah.
Would we,
2,
7 and
so
2.
add 1 point of momentum.
Yep, I got
would
2
it be possible
successes.
to use some of the momentum to reduce the time for us getting to the beach?
Yes, you may. Yeah.
I want to try to do that. And
I like that
Excellent.
idea.
Excellent. And that will forego
Mhm.
any of the other skill tests.
Okay.
So you won't have to make any of the other skill tests. So excellent. So you've gained 2 extra points of momentum. Everybody
Awesome.
rolled. Nobody failed. Correct.
Right.
Ooh.
Excellent. As you all begin to, in this way, just lightly but strongly paddle, if you would, paddle the boat, lightly but strongly, if you can imagine that. You know, almost like think of the elves in Lord of the Rings, swiftly,
Right.
you know, very
Swiftly.
swiftly, but they have a
Mhm.
strong presence. You know, as you are paddling in the ocean with this no moon period as it's hidden behind the clouds. You begin to see the beach, and off in the distance, you see this lantern, the glow of this light flickering. You begin to move your rafts in that direction and begin to continue paddling. As you get to the beach, you all get out of the boats, move them up onto the beach, and you're met with two figures. And these two are what looks like to be two members of the Dutch resistance, a man and a woman. And the woman approaches you, Dr. Lydia, and they are holding a lantern, and they say, there were angels dining at the Ritz.
There are who dying where? Repeat what you said, please.
There were angels dining at the Ritz. And with them saying that a second time, they put their hand, and you see to the left side of their body, they have a revolver.
Okay, so
I put my hand on the doctor's shoulder and I say,
down.
quickly, I
Yes.
say, and a nightingale sang on Berkeley Square.
Oh, yes, of course. That's what we're waiting for. Thank you. Of course. Thank you. What else do you need to tell us? And she's like giving Rick eyes because she has no idea what he's talking about.
Welcome, agents of Section M, to Nijmegen. Now, I suggest that we get these boats to a secure location. There are German forces around here that observe this area quite often. We need to move quickly.
Of course. We're ready for that. We're ready for anything at all.
Excellent. So if everybody will give me a coordination plus their stealth skill test, and this is going to help camouflage the boats. And I'm looking for a, let's see, a difficulty of 1, so I need at least 1 success.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep, 1, excellent. 2, 1 point of momentum.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
So once again, learning the game here all together. So that would be, you would add the coordination and the stealth together.
So
Get under that number, correct?
yep, so equal or under. Yep,
Got it. All right. I got 2 successes.
2 success, so another point of momentum in the momentum pool.
2 successes, but 1 critical success.
That was 1 success.
So are we up to 9 momentum or 10?
We are at 15 currently.
Never mind. All right. Are we
And let me just check something, because I do need to make sure of something with the momentum, because we might have some bad news here, because I just remembered this.
What?
Bad news.
Bad
Oh,
news.
is there a cap on momentum?
There. Let me see.
I feel like there's, well, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
My natural instinct to hoard is probably bad then. In this,
I know.
Is it each scene it changes? Or like resets?
I'm not seeing a cap, so we're good. I was
Okay.
I was playing Conan the other day, and they do have a cap on that one.
Yeah.
So.
That's
think
what I
Fallout
thought.
has a cap
I
as
just want to
well.
make sure.
Yeah.
Yes, and Conan
That's
is
so
another
funny.
2D20 system by Modifius. If you like Conan the Barbarian, go to Modifius Entertainment and get you a copy of that.
I do like Conan the Barbarian.
Okay,
What
me
is Preston
too.
like?
I love it.
Excellent. And back to our
Okay.
game. Yes, so everybody got at least 1 success, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. So everybody was able to camouflage the small raft boats that you arrived on as you took these boats and quickly moved them to the other kind of inland portion of the beach. The beach itself stretches from north to south, if you would, from miles, but going inland, it's about 50 yards, so half a football field. So you move the rafts inland to a small kind of brush area, and you hide them there. So these are successfully hidden where if you need to move or flee the scene later on, you still have these. The 2 Dutch resistants, the man and the woman looks at you. Daphne, and says, "Excellent. We need to keep moving. I'm going to take you all to the village of Nurmagin. We have a safe house there where you can rest for the night, if you would."
Of course, thank you. Thank you for your help.
Now, we must keep quiet. Like I said earlier, there are a lot of German soldiers around here. There are other forces, darker forces around also. But keep close by, and me and my partner here will get you to our home safely.
Hey, you'll excuse me. I'm new to the team. What was your name again?
I will explain my name and my partner's name once we get to our safe house.
I whisper to Scoops. I go, "I think this is Nightingale, but I'm not sure."
Yes, we
Bringing on
are.
Hunter's note.
I thought we were looking for a night fire.
Nightfire, that's what I mean. Yes, Nightfire.
Oh, okay.
And with that,
Nightingale was in the code word.
Nightingale's
Sorry.
the thing, yeah.
I got it confused, yeah.
this Dutch resistance lady looks at you, Rick, and says, "Yes, we are Nightfire." As they give you the signal to follow, as you move towards inland, you do begin to see the surrounding area of Nurmagin and the countryside. To the north, you let me pull up my map just to give the best description of everything. Where did it go? Here we go. Nurmagin.
Ooh.
Let's see, right here. Excellent. So to the north, you have a nice, beautiful Dutch countryside. To the south, you have a little bit more of the beach, including the sand dunes, and you also see the Arn River, which you will be crossing shortly. There is a bridge that you see off in the distance that crosses the Arn River. And south of that, you see more countryside. To the east and to the west, you see the small village of Nurmagin. What you can make out from where you are right now, the village itself is quite a very small fishing village with small industrial buildings built within it. But if everybody, or at least one person, would like to give me a, let's see, a insight plus observation skill test. It's going to be a D1, so I'm looking for one success. I can give you a little bit more information.
Oh, I'll do that. I'm always curious.
Yep.
I got 2 success.
Yep. Same here.
Yep, same.
Oh.
An insightful group.
Excellent. As you see the Dutch resistance fighters in front of you, leading you, they stop and say, "Agents, we do want you to notice something." And they point out into the ocean, and they point to this small island. This small island is illuminated by air raid lights going off in the distance. The young woman looks at you, Rick, and says, "That is Skellen Island. That is where Installation 41 is located. That is where your mission is leading you. But I will give you more of the briefing once we get to my headquarters. Follow me." As you all continue quietly moving through this Dutch countryside, you do get to a portion of this brush that the 2 Dutch resistance fighters have stopped at. They both kind of peek over the heavy greenery as they look. They turn back at both of, or all of you, and say, "Now, there is a bridge that we can cross. However, there are 4 German soldiers occupying it right now. We do suggest that we can make our way upstream and cross there. They will not see us, and they should not be notified of our presence."
For as much as I'd like to take out those soldiers, they would probably draw too much attention to us and possibly jeopardize the mission. So.
Understood. Okay.
Err on the side of caution in this situation, Rick.
Then again, the doctor could just blow up the bridge.
That's
That
what
would
I
make
mean.
for a good
I
show.
just
It would
don't.
be an accident.
I think that would put
pretty-
the tally for bridges at 3 at that point, Doctor.
But then we don't want there to be an accident where we're supposed to
Sure.
collect important things.
Right.
Yes.
You got to tell me about these other bridge stories.
Oh, they're quite funny, but yeah.
Hey, we can go over it later, Daff, if you like.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
There's an amazing catchphrase that she had at one. I'll try to remember it.
Yeah. I'll look forward to our interview later.
Is this a date we're witnessing here?
What? No.
Uh,
No.
oh, okay. Ignore me.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with the agents of Section M, but do you all act like this on every mission that you're on?
Oh, I'm new.
Pretty much.
I'm just a journalist.
They sent a journalist on this mission.
Yeah, for
He's
Stars and
packing
Stripes.
heat, though. He's packing. He is. He's not like a civilian.
He has undergone rigorous background checks,
Mhm.
guaranteed to be incredibly good with handling matters of confidentiality.
Yes. All of
This
that.
might be-
Hopefully
Being a journalist.
handling matters of the heart as well.
Oh.
Anyway, let's
Yeah,
carry
don't
on.
even worry about it.
Yes.
Well, do you prefer to go upstream, or would you like to take them head on at the bridge?
Would I like to take them head on? Yes, of course. But should we go upstream? Yes, we should.
Upstream is best for this mission.
Upstream's okay.
Follow us. As you begin to move kind of west into the Dutch countryside, about 10 minutes later, they give you the signal to move towards the river. As you begin to cross the river, I will need a skill test from everybody.
Ooh.
And at this point, you would be taking your equipment and hopefully holding it over your head. So none of the equipment would get wet or anything like that.
Yeah.
Let's see, what do I need? Yes. So to cross the Arn River, I'm going to need a brawn plus your athletics
Oh, boy.
skills test to successfully
Oh
get across.
no!
And this is
Great.
I'm looking for one success.
I hope
Can
we
Rick
get it.
carry me,
So brawn
please?
plus athletics.
Got one.
Oh,
Okay.
I got one. That would have been ugly.
Yeah, that.
So we got
Potentially.
one, and then Daphne,
see.
what were you saying?
I did not get a success.
Okay, so
Oh,
just
one.
all right.
I have a success.
wait, hold on. Well, I'm sorry. It was athletics plus brawn.
Yes, brawn
Ah.
plus your athletics, and it's going to be one success, please.
Also, no successes.
We have momentum. We'll spend them.
That's true.
Oh,
Save everybody. Let's go.
that's fantastic. How would I'm sorry, Game Master, how would that work at that point? Do we have to spend like 2 points?
Yeah, so let me
yeah.
tell you and the
See what you
audience
can get.
I
what
think
you
that's-
can use momentum points for. So if you want to buy an extra D20 for a skill test, I would allow it in this instance. Usually, if you wanted to, if I asked you to make a skill test at that moment, you'd have to say, "Hey, I would like to buy a momentum point just to add." So for 2 momentum, you can equal or increase a difficulty for a skill test. So that would be for me. For another, for 1 momentum, you can ask me a question, and I have to answer truthfully.
Mm-hmm.
For another 1 momentum, I can improve. We can improve the quality of successes. So this could be, for this instance. And we can also increase the scope of the success, so it could drive into something else. Where if you, let's say you blow up like a gas tank, and I say, let's increase that success so it tumbles over onto a tiger tank or the back of a tiger tank, and it hits its fuel tank, and then it blows up also.
Foreshadowing.
And so, but
I like
I
how that
choose-
sounds. Let's go with that. Let's go
yeah,
with
well,
that.
I have to choose how many points that takes. So I could take all your momentum points for something like that. And then I could also, like we did earlier, I can reduce the time required for a certain skill test or action. And earlier we did that, and I forgot to tell you how many points. We'll take away 3 momentum points
For
for that.
reducing time.
Reducing, yeah. So
That is
me
highway
choosing the
run.
time, that's my choosing, and increasing the scope of the success, I also get to choose.
Okay.
So,
And they
but-
did.
A lot.
I do see where it is 6 is the cap. I don't know if we
It
mentioned
is
that, but yeah,
6.
6
Okay,
is
all
the
right.
cap.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. So we'll just say we keep it at 6 right now because you've already gained momentum. So you'll all have in the momentum pool 6.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I thought I had written
Okay.
that down in my notes, but I guess I had forgotten to.
Yeah, I was like scouring my notes.
No, thank you. Yes, so we
we
have
can each
6
use some
points of
momentum
momentum.
to buy an
Yeah.
additional d20 to roll
Yes.
or to lower the
Yeah.
difficulty, or
So you can roll. So you can buy an extra D20 to
Okay.
re-roll, pretty much,
Okay.
if you would like to in this moment. Or we can improve for 1 momentum. We can improve a quality of a success. So in this
Gotcha.
instance,
Okay.
I will let you either buy a D20, or I can say for 1 momentum you made a success. I'll make that executive decision right now.
I'll take that one.
You want
I
to take
gotta
that one?
roll
So
shit. Yeah.
minus 1 momentum.
Yeah,
Daphne, you
let's
wanna do
make
that
it.
one?
Please. Yes.
Who else had failures? Was it
I'd like
just
the
Scoops?
win button, please.
Yeah. Scoops and Daphne, you were the only 2 with failures? Okay. So minus 2 momentum in the momentum pool. I believe y'all are all down to 4 now.
Okay.
Excellent.
Ooh.
As
Gosh,
you all begin to cross the Arn River with your equipment, there we go. There's 4. I'm using my very large D20 dice from Magic the Gathering.
Nice.
I love it.
Yes. So as you cross the Arn River with your equipment over your head, oh yes, oh yeah, I love that.
I like it.
You do hear the voices of German Wehrmacht troops on the bridge, kind of keeping watch. You do hear some snoring also as Daphne, you look quickly and you see one of the German soldiers you think is looking at you, but because you improved your success, you notice that this German soldier has his eyes closed and is dozing off on the bridge because he has been up for quite some time, just being a sentry looking out. And as you cross the river, all of you, you do feel the weight of the water kind of pushing you towards the ocean that's a mile off from where you're standing. As you continue to go, you do begin to make your way up on the other bank of the river. As you move up, both of the Dutch resistant fighters move you to another patch of brush that secures you in a kind of a hiding spot away from these German troops that are observing the area. Excellent. Is everybody okay? Did we lose anybody? Did we lose any equipment?
No, it's all
Just
up
a little
here.
bit of pride.
Well, let's keep moving. Our safe house is just a couple of minutes away. Excellent. Just pull my notes back up. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. So as you begin to approach the village, you do notice some lights in the distance coming up on you. You notice these are some of the buildings that are occupied by the villagers. However, both of the Dutch fighters that are leading you, the woman holds up her hand and you all should drop to the deck, as do they. As you see 2 German Wehrmacht troops about 20 yards in front of you, walking across the field directly in front of the village. And with that, I will need a agility plus stealth skill test to make sure you are not observed by these German troops.
This is going to be trouble.
Ooh, that's 3 successes.
Yeah, I
What was
didn't
it?
pass it.
Ooh,
1 success.
that was close. 2 successes.
2 successes, yes. And I was just looking for 1 success. And Gemma, what did you say? You had no?
I had 1 nat 1, and then it made for 3 successes.
Okay, so that's an extra point of momentum.
So we have 5 now?
Yes,
5
you'll have
points now.
5 unless anybody else made a nat 1 or an extra success on top of their success that they already had.
Oh, I got 2 successes.
2
Does that count?
successes, two. So now we're back at 6 momentum, which is good.
Oh,
Excellent.
okay.
So as you see these German troops go by, you are able to evade their presence. You are quickly brought back to your feet as you move towards the village. You are quickly brought in through the village streets. You can hear a piano playing at a saloon in the middle of the town, or a bar. Not a saloon. This isn't the West.
Or is it?
Could be. This is the weirdest game of Dune I've ever played.
Again, anybody in the audience who's here for the Dune, that is down the
Conan.
hall. This is Achtung, Cthulhu. Yeah. Excellent. But you are quickly brought into this safe house. It is a 2-story house. However, they bring you around back. You are brought in through this garden, and there is 2 doors that lead underground into the basement, and they open these doors up quickly as they rush you in. Close the doors behind you. It's very dark, very quiet underneath this house. And this Dutch resistance lady turns on an overhead light, and it's just one little light bulb that illumes this dark room. I guess you are all wondering what me and my partner's names are. I'm Finna, and this is Dan.
Pleasure to meet you.
Yes,
I'm Gemma Janus.
Perhaps you've heard of her.
You do look familiar. Are you? Yes, I do know you. I've seen posters of you.
Yes, of course. Me and my family are quite well known. We perform for Cirque Rosov.
Very good. Yes, but back to pressing matters.
Yes.
You are all agents of Section M, and I see you have brought a journalist along with you. Excellent. Well, let me give you the briefing. We did pick up your RAF pilot. I believe his name was Michael Carter. A very nice fellow. We did help him observe Installation 41. Listen, our village is being occupied by the German forces right now. And Skellen Island, which was once a beautiful island, which me and my partner here used to swim on during the summer, has now been occupied by the Nachtwolf forces. These Nachtwolf forces are completely different from the regular German Wehrmacht forces that occupy the village. They are brutish beasts, and they deal with things I've never seen before or heard of before.
Things? Do you mean like creatures?
And with that, Finna kind of looks away, and Dan kind of comes into light. Finna, you didn't see what you saw. You have no idea what that was.
Well, but what did she see, though?
Yes, I'm quite intrigued by what Finna just said. You'd be surprised what actually exists out there.
Finna believes that she saw Nachtwolf forces carrying some sort of fish-like body to a raft that they took and sailed towards Skellen Island.
Can you describe
Fish-like body? Like a mermaid?
And
Oh, a mermaid's real over here?
What?
Finna looks back at you, Dr. Lydia. Yes, Actually, yes, a very distorted mermaid. Not the fantasy-like mermaid that we are used to, but a mermaid, a merman that can walk on land and has the capability of swimming and living in the ocean.
Or its gills protruding from its neck, and it smelled a very strong, pungent, fishy odor.
I wasn't that close. I don't know.
Oh,
All I
well,
could see was an arm and what looked like a leg, a fish leg, hanging off this gurney as they were taking it towards the boat.
in that moment, Gemma's gonna actually pull out that really worn book that was in her bag, and she's gonna flip through her grimoire to kind of show an image that's etched in the grimoire. Was this what you saw? And she's pointing at a depiction of a deep one.
Excellent. And I'm going to make a skill test to just see if Finna knows what this is.
Dang, Gemma, that's a hell of a picture book you got there.
Oh, it's much more than just pictures. Let me tell you. We'll talk about it later in detail.
Yep. One
Right.
success. I needed one success. As Finna looks at this book, I don't know about the rest of the body, but yes, the arms and legs, from what I recall, yes, they do look alike.
Also, too, communing with them as well. Anyway, continue. And she closes the book after kind of mumbling that, and then puts it into her bag.
Before you make your attack on Installation 41, I do suggest you perhaps look around our area. You could, if you wish, talk more to old man Peter Dijkstra. He lives more inland, away from the village. He only comes in a couple of times every other week or so just to restock and get more booze. However, Dijkstra knows a little bit more information on this creature. He's seen them before, and I believe possibly knows what they are, and possibly even knows what the Nachtwolf are doing.
Let me tell you, if they're doing what I think that they're doing, it's bad news.
What are they doing? Spell it.
Well,
Gemma.
if they're communing with the deep ones and other creatures to get them on their side, that poses a very big problem. It's bad business. Very bad.
Deep ones? Like under the ground, or?
It's things that are beyond normal comprehension. Creatures that are unlike any creatures from our plane.
We weren't told we were going to be facing up against monsters. I mean, other than the obvious human monsters, but we weren't informed of this.
Well, Hunter
What
did
plane we
mention
took
the
us on.
occult.
When the occult is at play, anything's possible.
I should know.
Daphne,
Sounds
you have
like
a
it
look
might
on
be
your
more
face.
intense than card tricks.
David Copperfield's not here, Scoops.
This is heavy. It's heavier than anything Copperfield could handle. I'll tell you that much.
Pretty good.
Daphne's also too a little bit familiar. At least, we've discussed things in my grimoire and some of the other books as well. Some of the ones that we saved from the other mission.
The two of you have discussed something like this before. So do you have any sort of, like, I guess, insight into how we might confront something like this? Cthulhu?
Potentially. I've previously had some insight in terms of designs of a occult nature. I mean, with Black Sun, but that might prove useful here, especially if we're able to see it in person.
And my book here has information on some of these creatures, and you never know. With some studying, we can try to figure out maybe how to weaken them, or but usually you want to avoid. Our technology and our weapons, they don't always work on some of these creatures.
Well, Finner and Dan, you guys said that we should go see this old man Peter Dijkstra, yeah?
Well, I suggest talking to him if you do have the time. I know time is short, and I wish we can help you in some way, but the village, as I said earlier,
Overtaken by Krauts, yeah.
right. The German forces have, in a way, occupied some of the villagers' homes. Thankfully, we don't have that luxury, if you would, of being graced by their presence in our home. Wait. As you see Finna hold her hand up to just kind of quiet the room, you can hear above you 2 German soldiers walking by, speaking. As their voices go off in the distance.
Okay, so Lydia speaks German. Can I see if I can hear what they're saying, or does it matter in this instance?
Sure, yeah.
I speak German too.
Yeah.
You do? Okay.
With both of you knowing how to speak German, we'll use this as one of the truths rules. So you're able to understand what these German soldiers are saying, and you hear one of them going, "What? Do you hear that piano coming from the bar? Should we go over there and enjoy it?" And you can tell these are a very heavily inebriated German soldiers. I guess they have been drinking on the job, and now they're going to drink a little bit more at the bar as they head towards the bar.
There's a bar.
What were they saying?
Finna looks at everyone again and says, "Peter Dijkstra, he lives more inland. There are other areas you might want to look also. The St. Olaf Lighthouse, which is just south from the village. I don't know if you could see it coming in. They may have been doing some repairs on the site, but St. Olaf's Lighthouse used to be a beautiful, a wonderful looking building that used to bring in all sorts of ships of all sizes into our dock, and they've taken out the light itself and replaced it with some sort of blue beam. I don't know what it is, but perhaps you can all take a look. But it's almost like a great eye that scours over the island of Skellen, looking and making sure nothing is approaching it. I don't know what it does, or if it's just a light.
Could also
Doesn't
be
sound
a
like the
beacon.
St. Olaf my tia Rose is from. Nobody? Golden Girls? Cool.
No, I knew exactly what it was.
Also, there
Gemma
are the river that we crossed earlier. If you follow it downstream, it will empty out into the mouth of the Arn River, which leads into the ocean. There has been rumors that Peter Dijkstra has been gossiping and floating around that there are some sort of creatures or some sort of ambush. He kept talking about it the other day while he was drunk, on a drunken tirade. But I'm sure he can tell you more about it. But for right now, I think the best course of action is to get some rest.
I'm tired of sleeping.
You'll need your energy.
I mean, if you want to tire yourself out, there's a town full of crowds you could explode.
All right, fine. I'll go to sleep again. I'm going to need you again, Daphne, and one of your brews.
Of course, already. And Daphne starts like kind of rummaging through her pack.
Can't sleep ever.
I think that's
Right.
called anxiety. We could talk about that more in a bit, but I think this will help. And Game Master, a question in terms of scenes specifically. When I'm looking at a talent I may want to use later, if right now with kind of this winding down of this conversation and going into like a resting period, would that be like signaling the end of the scene and then the beginning of another scene?
Yes, it could possibly. Yep.
Okay.
So what happens to our momentum pool?
So at that point, the momentum pool will stay like it is. If you had stress or injuries taken to you, this would be the time to heal those injuries. And if it's a next scene and you're out of combat, the stress will kind of recover, and you won't have any. And for the audience members, stress, you get a certain amount of stress built up, and that will cause one injury. If you inflict a certain amount of injuries, or if all of your injuries are used up, then you are knocked out or dead. So thankfully, we haven't gotten to that portion yet.
Thanks, Hudson.
Keyword
yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I am 5 stress to 1 injury. Does it differ depending on like your numbers in general?
Right.
Okay.
So you'll have everybody's has different ones. I was looking at yours earlier. Yeah, you have 5 stress. So you'll gain a stress for different things in combat. Once we get to that, I'll explain a little bit more.
Okay.
But yeah.
Cool.
Were there any other questions during this time?
Yeah.
And with that, Dan walks over to you, Scoops. So you're an American journalist?
I am. The Buke Telegraph Herald. Reporting for Stars and Stripes.
I'm actually a writer, or I used to be a writer.
You're a writer? Huh.
Well, I haven't written much in about a year. It feels like a decade with everything going on, but listen, I mean, you look like you can, you want to get out of here and maybe go to the bar and get a drink. You're in civilian clothes. You kind of look like you can blend in.
I don't speak any Dutch or Kraut. Is that going to be an issue?
Between you and me, most of the Krauts, they're drunk. And the Noctville forces, what I've seen, they don't even come near the village. Those are the guys that you want to watch out for.
Okay, yeah. Let's go talk writing.
Excellent. As Dan leads you, Scoops, out of the basement, Finna kind of looks up, seeing the door open, leading out of the basement, and she kind of just rolls her eyes. I don't know why he's doing this.
Doing what?
He's a writer also, and it seems as though he's taken a liking to your journalist.
I think given the times and how difficult everything has been for everyone, sometimes distractions are not so bad and necessary, especially every day is precious. So if he's wanting to learn more about writing, what better time than now, right? We're not promised tomorrow.
Still, it seems rather peculiar, but...
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I mean, it's a beautiful sentiment, of course, but, I'm just sort of... I mean, he's a writer, but he's a writer plus. I mean, is your writer looking for a job? Or...
You have to understand, my partner, he used to want to be a film writer, and ever since the war started, he hasn't had the opportunity. He's seen a lot of things and done a lot of things that we are both not fond of, but it was for the best of this village.
Rick, are you worried for Mr. Alvarez? We can always follow, but I'm honestly worried for you, Rick. I mean, if there's as many Germans in town as they say, I don't want you to get riled up.
I guess we'll trust our host. Hope for the best.
But are you holding up okay? That's the question.
You are all welcome to sleep down in this basement. This is primarily where you will need to sleep.
Right.
I don't want the German forces coming through my house later tonight and looking and not expecting visitors. But it is comfortable down here, and if you need anything, I will be just upstairs. And just to get to me, if you just want to go back up through the basement doors, come out, and there's a door that leads to the first level of my house, right there in the backyard.
Thank you for your hospitality.
Yes, and I'm Finna again.
Finna.
Have a good night. As Finna turns around and walks out and closes the door behind you. We move the scene over to Scoops and Dan as they enter the bar. The piano is playing violently. It is one of Beethoven's numbers as one of the younger German soldiers is just over there just having a wonderful time playing it. And there are a couple other German soldiers in this bar. There's about 10 of them. There's a waitress that comes over to serve some drinks to about 4 of them at a table. And these German soldiers are being a little rough with her. And you can tell, Scoops, that she's not enjoying this as she kind of moves her body violently away from one of them and slaps one of them across the face. And the guy takes his hand, moves it to his cheek. And goes to drink his beer as that waitress moves to behind the bar where you and Dan move yourselves to.
Things seem pretty rough around here.
Yeah, it's gotten very rough in the past year, of course. The Germans moved in June. And then in July, the Nachtwolf showed up.
Wow. This is looking pretty serious. How many you reckon are here in this town?
It has to be at least 2 platoons worth.
Mamma mia.
Right now, I've only seen about 20 to 30.
Oof. That's a lot. And how many are you?
We had a lot more, but many of the Dutch resistance fled into the countryside once the Nachtwolf showed up.
So these guys, these Nachtwolf, they're pretty serious customers, it sounds like.
Yes, I haven't fully engaged with them. Me and Finna have tried to thin out some of the German forces as best as we could, but these Nachtwolf we have not tried to touch.
Do you know much about him besides what Finner was saying?
Yes, I do. I do know that they are looking for test subjects.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
For what?
You have to understand, I really did not want to be put in this position.
What position are you in?
But I've made a deal. I made a deal, Scoops, with the Germans.
You're a Kraut sympathizer?
No, I'm not, but I'm trying to protect my girl and my home. I
Yeah,
told
well,
him.
Sounds a heck of a lot like you're sympathizing with the Krauts to me.
Maybe so, but it means I can live to fight another day. As you see Dan turn around in the stool that he's sitting in and look at the German soldiers. Gentlemen, I have brought you a test subject for the Nocturnal Forces. He's an American journalist, and I'm sure he will do great things for you. As you see these German soldiers kind of look, some of them still drunk in their ways. One pulls an MP40, another pulls a Luger out of its side pouch. You have 4 German soldiers in front of you as Dan kind of moves himself behind the bar.
I look at Dan, I look at the soldiers, and I can read a room pretty well. And I say, you know what? I don't think I'm going to be a great test subject for you. And I'm going to pull my concealed pistol out of my holster and
with that, we are going to end tonight's episode of Achtung Cthulhu with Scoops taking one for the team to make sure that no evidence and no part of the mission is let out and about in front of the German forces. But yes, excellent. So that is our first episode of Achtung Cthulhu. Thank you so much, Scoops, taking one for the team.
well, you know.
Man.
I should say, just to close it off, Scoops would have left his camera and his notebook in the hideout.
Oh, good.
And were you to
Awesome.
investigate, you would see that he's written shining profiles of everybody, but he has drawn a very lovely picture of Daphne.
Oh.
Excellent. Well, thank you everyone again for turning out to this event. Thank you all for being a part of it, especially you, Jesse. Thank you for taking one for the team right there. At the end.
Oh, Jesse.
Yes, your character will be missed. And again, real quick, I just want to give a shout out to Modifius. Thank you for hosting this and hosting us on your platform. Also, real quick, again, Shadows of Atlantis will be coming out soon. If you want to get a copy of that, please head over to Modifius's website and pre-order that. And if you enjoyed Achtung Cthulhu tonight, and specifically the first part of Operation Vanguard, go ahead, go over to the website and get you a copy of that. It's a real fun time. If you like World War II and Call of Cthulhu, it's all in one, and it's great. It's a whole thrill ride that you don't want to miss. Excellent, guys. Does anybody have anything they want to end with?
R.I.P. Scoops. Pour one out.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but at this point, our characters don't know that Scoops is
No,
gone,
but we know.
so-
We as players, we know.
Just like I knew
real
that
to
Golden
me.
Girls reference. I knew
Wait
that
a
Golden
minute.
Girls reference. I'm telling you, I was like, wait.
Mm,
Gemma doesn't know
Okay.
Golden Girls. So
okay.
Yeah.
Man.
If everybody
They all
just if everybody just wants to go around, just tell us
Okay.
real quick again who you are and where we can follow you. We can start
Okay.
with you real quick, Gemma.
Oh, hi guys. I am Brianna, also known on social media as Utahime. I'm a cosplayer and occasional streamer on my own channel and TTRPG performer. You can see all the shenanigans I'm up to weekly as far as playing different various games throughout the week with friends like this one. If you follow me at Utahime Cosplay or Brianna DeCoster on Twitter. And I'm gonna be so sad. I was already shipping Scoops and Daphne, so there will probably be mention of him in the next episode, of course.
Excellent. And next up, Dr. Lydia.
Hey everybody, I'm Alicia Marie Body on all socials. I am a custom artist and designer and RPG performer, and I'm in a lot of different things right now. It's a lot of fun. Love doing all this stuff. This crew is cool. This story is really weird and scary so far. I'm so sad about Scoops, but I'm excited for the next installment, which is in next week. So we'll see what happens next. Thank you, everybody.
Awesome. And Daphne, you are next.
Amazing. Hi, everyone. My name is Brianna Flame. You can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Brianna Flame. I am a tabletop streamer, cast member on Second Star to the Right here on Twitch, and a channel organizer and occasional game master for the Initiative Order here on Twitch as well. It's just been such a great time, Jesse. I'm so sad that we're only getting you for one session, but amazing job. I'm so excited for next week.
And next up, Rick Floman.
Hey, Jason Charles Miller here. You can find me socials everywhere with that name. I stream on Twitch a lot of music, live music performance, so that's my channel right there. And I'm also on the Codename Games channel once a week on the show Bardic Inspiration, where we write a live song on the air with the audience. And you can also find me on GaryCon Live, where I am the Dungeon Master for the Gax Pack. So, yeah.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
And, of course, Scoops, our American journalist.
This is the shot that started the war for the Americans.
In the Cthulhu Universe, this is what brought
this is the war.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Like, scoops? They got scoops!
They got scoops! I've been Jesse Nocalia. I continue to be. You can check me out on Twitter and Instagram at JINOCALLA. I don't know, watch The Dragon Prince on Netflix. It's real good. I'm in it, is why. And other people are in it who are also good. I've got other stuff coming. Of course, I can't talk about any of it because of all sorts of stuff, but follow me on socials. As soon as I can talk about stuff, I never shut up about it. So, it's been such a joy. When I was approached about this, I was like, I can't be there for the second one. And bless you, April was just like, hey, can we kill you? And I was like,
April, can we kill you?
Always fun.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But it was a heroic death.
Yes, it was. I was wishing that we could get like a firefight going, but I also liked that touch there at the end. That was good. That was good. And everybody, I'm Hudson Hubbard. You can follow me at huddy.hubs on Instagram or Huddy Hubs. I'm new to Twitter, but I just made one the other day, so you can follow me there.
Yay.
I am currently working over at Spot Hidden with me and my friends. That's where you can primarily see me, where I'm an actor and GM over there. And thank you, April, for running tech. She is behind the scenes, running all the cool stuff for us, making us look great. Thank you, Modifius. And if there is nothing else to be said for this episode of Achtung Cthulhu, then we are good to go. We shall see you next week. Stay spoopy. And remember, Section M out.
What he said.